The War Council chamber aboard the Galactic Alliance flagship Terminus hummed with tension as Admiral Zia paced before the holographic display. Scattered across the three-dimensional map were the remnants of what had once been the mightiest armada in known space, now reduced to desperate pockets of resistance against an enemy that defied every tactical principle in the galaxy. Explain it to me again, Zia said, her dark eyes fixed on the human liaison officer seated at the far end of the crystalline table. How does a species that's barely achieved faster than light travel systematically dismantle forces that have conquered entire sectors? Dr. Elsa Chen, the lone human representative among the dozen alien military commanders, leaned forward with the calm demeanor that had initially frustrated the Alliance leadership. Her small frame and unassuming appearance had led many to underestimate her, a mistake the Kethvar hegemony was now paying for dearly. You're thinking like every other military force in this galaxy, Elsa replied, her fingers dancing across her tablet as she called up tactical analyses. You see war as a chess match, structured, predictable, governed by rules that have remained unchanged for millennia. General Vorthak, a towering centaurian with forearms and scales that shifted color with emotion, slammed his lower fists on the table. Those rules exist because they work. Superior numbers, advanced technology, strategic positioning, these are the foundations of warfare. Elsa smiled, the expression somehow more unsettling than reassuring. Exactly. And that predictability is why no army survives against human strategy. We don't play chess, General. We flip the board. The holographic display shifted, showing the recent battle at Kepler 442. The Kethvar had deployed their traditional formation, a massive central force with protective flanks, supported by long-range bombardment platforms. On paper, it should have crushed the smaller human fleet. Watch this, Elsa said as the replay began. The human ships moved in what appeared to be random patterns, seemingly ignoring optimal attack vectors and defensive positions. The Kethvar commanders had initially dismissed it as panic or incompetence. They were wrong. Phase 1, Elsa narrated as the human vessels suddenly converged on what appeared to be empty space. While your sensors focused on our ships, you missed our real weapon, microscopic mining drones we'd seeded in the asteroid field 3 months earlier. The display erupted in silent explosions as the dormant drones activated, turning space debris into kinetic projectiles that tore through the Kethvar rearguard. Admiral Zia's mandibles clicked in what her species considered thoughtful consideration. Impossible. Our deep scans would have detected any technology. Not technology, Elsa corrected. Biology. The drones were grown, not built. Organic constructs that your sensors classified as space bacteria. By the time you realized what they were, they'd already consumed enough metallic asteroids to arm themselves. The replay continued, showing the human fleet's apparent retreat as Kethvar forces moved to capitalize on their numerical advantage. But the retreat was another illusion. The humans had simply repositioned to drive their enemies into the kill zone they'd prepared. Phase 2, Elsa continued. Psychological warfare. Your species values honor in battle, direct confrontation. When our ships fled, your commander's instincts demanded pursuit. We turned your greatest strength, your warrior culture, into a weakness. Commander Helix, a crystalline being whose thoughts literally sparkled in the light, projected confusion through the universal translator. This is chaotic, undisciplined. How do you coordinate such complexity without rigid command structures? Elsa's laugh was genuinely amused. That's the beautiful paradox of human military doctrine. We achieve coordination through apparent chaos. Every human soldier is trained to think independently, to adapt, to make decisions without waiting for orders. When you cut off the head of most armies, the body dies. Cut off the head of a human force and you suddenly face 1,000 smaller heads, each thinking differently. The tactical display shifted again, showing more recent engagements. In each case, human forces had done the unexpected, sometimes retreating when victory seemed certain, other times attacking when defeat appeared inevitable. Supply lines became weapons, civilians became intelligence networks, and surrender became a tactic rather than defeat. Your species evolved as persistence hunters, Admiral Zia observed, finally beginning to understand. You didn't develop warfare, you adapted hunting strategies to a galactic scale. Precisely, Elsa nodded. Every other species in this galaxy evolved past their predatory instincts. You developed honor codes, structured hierarchies, civilized approaches to conflict. Humans never lost touch with the part of us that chased prey across continents until it collapsed from exhaustion. She stood and walked to the chamber's viewport, gesturing at the stars beyond. The Kethvar hegemony controls 1,000 worlds because they think like an empire. Humans will defeat them because we still think like a pack of persistence hunters who've learned to use starships instead of spears. General Vorthak's scales shifted to deep blue, the color of fear among his people. Then how do we fight alongside humans without becoming their prey? Elsa turned back to the War Council, her expression suddenly serious. You don't fight alongside us, General. You learn from us, because the next threat to this galaxy won't be as predictable as the Kethvar. And when something truly alien arrives, something that thinks as differently from humans as humans think from you, you'll need every advantage our chaos can provide. The chamber fell silent as the implication sank in. Humanity hadn't just joined the galactic community. They had fundamentally changed what it meant to wage war among the stars. Outside the viewport, human patrol ships moved in their seemingly random patterns, each one a reminder that the galaxy's newest members thought like predators who had never forgotten how to hunt.